Welcome, I'm Quicksilver, and this is a short guided hypnotic meditation to help you submit to your own power and euphoria. If you need to deal with anything, you'll be able to become fully awake and alert easily. But for now, just get in a comfortable position and relax, because it's time to begin. Have a look around you and spot something that you own or possess in some way, a familiar object. Let your eyes rest easily on it and your body relax, and start to think about how interesting it is, the way that we own things, or after a while they seem to own us. So familiar in our life that we almost don't see them because we see them so much. And right now I want you to see and not see, the shape so familiar, the meaning so understood and yet blurry, like looking at a familiar face so close it doesn't look like a face anymore. If your eyes are becoming a little heavy, I want you to let them close naturally and just relax and let yourself move towards a deeper state of being, a more relaxed state. When you hear me click my fingers, let yourself go down deeper. It is a fascinating process, coming to own something. When exactly does something go from being part of the world to being part of our world, our intimate experience? When it's in our home, when we pay money for it or make some kind of a trade, when it's given as a gift, when we start to love it, need it, enjoy it, or depend on it. In the same way that people drift in and out of our lives, this entirely natural process is strange and beautiful. And yes, perhaps we begin to belong to the objects in the same way. After all, we're around them when they're around us. We operate them and they operate for us. It's a symbiotic relationship. And maybe we put a little piece of ourselves into whatever we're working with. So, more and more, when you're going through your day-to-day life, I want you to notice, when you notice objects that otherwise would just be part of the background, and you can take a moment to enjoy the texture that had become so invisible. Notice little details, notice where things are wearing and even breaking, but doing their best to keep helping us, just like we help other people. And I want you to feel a feeling of happiness, of pleasure, and think about the ways that you feel pleasurable when you're helping people, just as the object might feel pleasure at helping you if it were able to. Isn't it interesting to know this great web of use and usefulness and using that we're all a part of? And even when something breaks, even when something is no longer useful to us, the very parts, the very atoms that make it up might become part of something new and beautiful. So in a way, nothing is ever wasted. Now, as we come to the end of our restful moment, I'm going to count from 5 to 1, and at 1 you'll be filled with energy and ready to do whatever you need to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're now back to normal, and you can take as long or as little as you like to reflect on the feelings and ideas you may or may not remember. Thanks so much for listening. Farewell.